Call of Duty.
This video was meant to come out on Halloween. That didn't happen. You know, ever since my video on Silent Hill 2 came out around a year ago, people have asked me if I would make more Silent Hill videos. Sadly, I don't have time to analyze one of the good games, so I'm reviewing this instead. Silent Hill Homecoming. So, context is required here. So, back in the day, Silent Hill 1 through 4 were created. These games were made by Team Silent, a group at Konami. The first 3 games are masterpieces, especially Silent Hill 2, obviously. Silent Hill 4, meanwhile, was a video game. After all this, though, for some reason, Konami said, you know what? Let's shut down Team Silent and give our franchise to fucking anybody, I guess. So as a result, you get a Silent Hill game made by the guys who would go on to make Battleship the video game.
Battleship, the video game. 2 out of 10. It is garbage!
Wow, what a perfect developer for Silent Hill. The result is naturally a baffling experience. It's in fact so bad that it didn't even drop in Japan, despite the fact that Silent Hill is a Japanese franchise. This game is abysmal dog shit, and I'm gonna go over why today. The first reason being the PC port. A port that often crashes for no reason. It's locked to 30 FPS. The sound only comes out of the right speaker unless you fuck with your audio settings. The camera is natively way too fast, and trying to fix it just makes it a pain to use. I got jump scared more times by the camera just spazzing out than the actual game. And my favorite, the bug where guns just don't work. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what causes this. I don't know what fixes it either. So whether guns work or not is just a dice roll. There is a fan patch that tries to fix these issues, but there is the alternative method of just don't play the game. Sadly, I didn't do that for my playthrough, so I guess I'm fucked for now. Anyway, so I'm gonna assume you're a Silent Hill enjoyer to an extent here, right? So I want you to think really hard. How would you start a Silent Hill video game? Because for me, the first thing I would do is establish the atmosphere. Something haunting and maybe a little confusing, but also enticing. Something like Harry Mason waking up confused, walking out of his car into this desolate fog, searching for his daughter in this white void. He walks past a gate and sees some kind of carcass on the ground. He heads down this alleyway. A droning sound lingers over him. The camera gyrates and twists until suddenly he sees something undescribable.
What is this? What's going on here?
Or how about that iconic opening shot in Silent Hill 2, where James stares at himself in the mirror, draping a single hand over his face. He walks outside and you get that beautifully intimate dialogue moment.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary.
And following this is the long, winding path to Silent Hill. And although nothing happens here, the game sure does fool you otherwise. There's a real paranoia of you might not be alone out here. Or how about Silent Hill 3? You get this super creepy, weird intro video, followed by Heather Mason wandering around some kind of amusement park. You walk around the small area, walk through a door, and are immediately attacked by a dog. You try to escape, but more and more, these horrifying monsters keep attacking you, and then...
What a nightmare.
In the case of all of these, it's really about atmosphere and tension. So how does Silent Hill Homecoming begin? With a fucking haunted house commercial.
World-famous massacre haunted house.
It takes all of 5 seconds for the game to just betray Silent Hill's ethos. Wow. This feels more like a Saw than Silent Hill. What the fuck is this? Anyway, so we're on this doctor's gurney, and our guy's apparently a soldier or something.
Where's my squad? Are they here?
We then get our second betrayal of Silent Hill's ethos, because the game just immediately reveals a Pyramid Head is back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This introduces the second problem of Silent Hill Homecoming, because the game features both a Pyramid Head and the nurses, who are monsters that were meant for Silent Hill 2 and only Silent Hill 2. That's because the bubblehead nurses were symbolism for James Sunderland's sexual repression, while Pyramid Head was his guilt and belief he needed to be punished for his sins. So by adding a Pyramid Head back in, in, it's like just turning him into Freddy Krueger, basically. And the nurses are just monsters you fight in the game, I guess, removing what made them special in the first place. It also comes off as lazy, like you couldn't make any new monsters for the game, but I think diluting Silent Hill 2's symbolic punch is a way bigger sin. To quote the Pyramid Head creator Masahiro Ito, "I wish I hadn't designed a fucking Pyramid Head." Our main character then frees himself from his gurney, and he sees his brother, Joshua, who is coloring pictures behind a locked jail cell door. Through this, we also learn the main character's name, Nathan Drake. I mean, Alex Shepard.
Josh, is that you?
Alex.
In fact, I just found this out. Early builds of the game had Nolan North as Alex Shepard, while in the final game, it's Brian Bloom, BJ Blazkowicz.
I would have come back for Josh, gotten him the hell out of here. God knows what kind of trouble he's in now.
This statue. She looks like she's supposed to be holding something. Oh God, what's in there? I can feel something in here.
Now, throughout the whole game, Alex is chasing after Joshua, and the game does a dog-shit job at making me care. Because immediately, the game is making me associate him with fetch quests, whether it's finding a code or finding his toy, or just immediately running from you. And on top of that, he's just kind of a brat.
Is there anything I can do?
Find Robbie. I want my toy.
You're just a bitch.
It's one of the most dog shit ways to introduce this kind of character into your work. So in other words, they badly ripped off Laura from Silent Hill 2. Anyways, during all of this, we discover that Silent Hill Homecoming might be one of the least scariest horror games ever made. For example, here's the game's first jump scare. If that wasn't bad enough, the game also ruins previous scares. I'm talking the one hole-in-the-wall scene from Silent Hill 2, where you see this weird oozing hole in the wall, and you're forced to reach your hand in. The room goes pitch silent. James reaches... You realize the hole is not empty. Thankfully, what's in there is the item you need. There's nothing harmful in the hole, but that's not the scary part. It's what your mind starts making up. The deaf silence, the paranoia. The scene then got a fentanyl addiction and came back in Homecoming, except this time, Alex actually gets grabbed by the hole. First of all, reusing a previous game's scare is already incredibly lazy, but to then go out of your way and completely misunderstand what made the scare work, just to turn it into the most obvious jump scare of all time, has to be like a war crime on my intelligence, dude. There is, however, one scary part in this area. It's right when you transition into the other world. You see a nurse then hop out the bathroom, and you gotta stand your ground and fight her. You're then introduced to the game's combat system. Here's how that goes. The scary part is that there's 10 hours of this. So we give Josh the stupid ass doll that's in Silent Hill 3, but then he runs away for no reason. Alex then enters an elevator where nothing bad happens at all.
Bad dream?
Yeah, it was in a shitty video game. By the way, guys, look, it's the iconic character Travis Grady from Silent Hill Origins. Cooked on the left and washed on the right. My God. So most of Homecoming does not take place in Silent Hill, but rather a new place called Shepherd's Glen, which, wow, subtlety much? Where family comes first. Jesus Christ. At that point, it's called Lakeview Hotel, a Pillow Resort or something. Now, the game not being in Silent Hill isn't really the problem, as both Silent Hill 4 and F also aren't in Silent Hill, and to give Homecoming some credit, the game does have ideas. But moving on, we meet Judge Holloway, a character Alex seems to know for some reason.
Judge Holloway. Hey.
And you don't really learn why until about 20 minutes later, when you meet her daughter, Elle Holloway, who Alex was friends with in high school. It's kind of weird the game doesn't introduce Elle Holloway first and then Margaret, but to be honest, it really doesn't matter at all, because both characters suck ass and are only relevant to the plot in the most contrived, we were here kind of way. The same goes for the character of Curtis Ackers, a scrapyard worker who, after he's introduced, pretty much disappears until like the last hour of the game. So ultimately, all these fucking characters characters are just pointless. Long gone are the days of specific characters filling specific roles and ideas. No, we want characters you don't remember by the end of this fucking game. By the way, little fun fact, Elle Holloway was meant to be Laura from Silent Hill 2 originally, which by the way, thank Christ it isn't. And I'm not shitting you here, the devs wanted her to resemble a posh suicide, who was a model for Suicide Girls, an adult website. Isn't the original character 8 years old?
I really wish I didn't see that, you know, try to erase my memory.
But anyways, Alex returns home to his house, which is why the game is called Homecoming. And we get the first actually kinda cool idea in this game, which is a house being the primary location. It's a very weird setting for a Silent Hill game, and that's a good thing. There's a very unsettling, somber tone to the house. Like, Alex is returning home after war, but he can never truly go back home. And maybe the house includes traumas of its own. Even the music bears a weird resemblance to Chopin's Funeral March, a song once associated with US military executions. On top of that, I found just exploring the small, cramped environment to be itself pretty interesting, and the one single place where the game actually does give you subtle scares that kind of catch me off guard a little bit. For example, a part where a door randomly slams shut. You see, now that's cool and kinda freaky. Don't get excited though, most of the game isn't even in the house at all, and most of the rest of the game fucking sucks too. Anyways, during the house scene we meet Alex's mom, a creepy old woman who's off her rocker.
Where is everybody? Where's Josh?
I don't know. Your father went to look for him.
Baby asked me the other day, Mama, why do you work so hard to make us these wonderful crayons?
But uh-oh, there's something weird and creepy in the basement, so Alex checks it out. And from the flooded water jumps out a monster. Wow, this would be terrifying if I weren't watching a cutscene, and if the fight didn't just go like this. There's also a flashback of Alex's dad, implying some kind of domestic abuse. Don't worry though, the game doesn't actually explore domestic abuse in it. Yeah, this part sets up interesting ideas and then never does anything with them at all. No, instead what the player wants is a fighting dogs with the worst combat system ever. Yeah, on that note, the combat system is based on whose attack animation finishes first, meaning death by hit stun is just a thing that happens in this game, and you get pounded harder than a dude in a Yes King video, with a dodge move that doesn't work half the time, and on top of that, it's a combat system in a fucking Silent Hill game. It both actively makes the game less scary, and it's just not fun. But apparently, combat focuses on what Silent Hill fans want, of course. Wait, actually though, you know what else the player wants? So let's add a graveyard part in our game, right? In our spooky game. But, and here's the kicker, it's a glorified straight line. Yeah, this graveyard part is some of the most boring shit I've ever dealt with in a video game. Silent Hill Homecoming is a way linear game, and all the worse for it. You don't get the intentional disorienting confusion of Silent Hill 2 or anything. No, it's just a straight line the whole time. Until eventually the game gives up and goes, okay man, here's a fucking slide puzzle. I'm not kidding, this is one of the first real puzzles in the game. You see, back in my day, we had creepy atmospheric puzzles that fit the story. But that's too obtuse compared to third grade edutainment over here.
This must be Mary's special place. But what could she want me to find?
Look, I can see it! The Jumpstart World's Fair.
What the fuck?
I can't wait for the Jumpstart Fair.
I think this town is getting too niche for me. Well, at least there's no French people.
Welcome to the French Pavilion!
This puzzle then gives Alex a watch, which makes him pass out for no reason. Also, this watch be twitching, bro. And he wakes up and sees his brother and chases after him, all the way into a hotel filled with creepy monsters. The twist, though, being that he's in Silent Hill now, which fundamentally is no different from Shepherd's Glen. So you make a new Silent Hill location, and it's just Silent Hill. But you still put Silent Hill in your game? Why not just set the game in Silent Hill? Anyways, we explore more of this creepy hotel here, and we encounter this broken door door with the voice of a woman behind it. On that note, the game, by the way, has optional multiple choice dialogue in it, and it is the most pointless bullshit ever. There are like 2 in the game that actually mean anything, and everything else is completely pointless.
I don't know what to say.
Anyways, this weird woman here, right? We gotta find 3 photos for her. Thankfully, unlike other Silent Hill games, where you had to explore and stumble in the dark to find multiple objects for a puzzle, Silent Hill Homecoming gives you another linear line. Just walk down this hall to the obvious press A to break the wood here hole. And right in front of it, we have this press A to climb the thing machine. And in front of that, we have a very obvious turn, followed by another obvious turn. But watch out for the nurse and the only open door in this hallway. Then once you enter it, we put a press A to move the wardrobe machine, then a hold to press A again under. And the first photo is right there. Wasn't that amazing?
This must be one of the memories that she's looking to reclaim.
Rinse and repeat for 2 more photos. And not only is that not really a Silent Hill thing to do, but more offensively, it's fucking boring.
This is boring. Delete.
I guess you also get this weird blade spider monster thing, which admittedly, it does look kinda cool. Anyways, here's how that goes. By the way, hi Pyramid Head, why the fuck are you here again? Anyways, we get all the stupid ass pictures for the woman. Man, I wonder what the creepy, weird outcome will be.
Is this what you wanted?
Thank you.
That's it?
Josh?
Who is this 12-year-old that is going viral for saying 6'7"?
So Alex falls down a hole somewhere, leading to our first boss fight. First, though, we meet Mayor Bartlett, a character we did actually meet earlier in the graveyard, as we saw him digging up graves for some reason. But now we learn is mourning the death of his son. I didn't mention it, though, because this character overall is not important to the story whatsoever. This guy comes in, starts drinking booze, and then dies. That's his fucking character. On that note, we fight this giant monster thing, which does, again, look really cool. Sadly, the boss is frustrating and boring. You hit these meat sacks that hang down, get damaged for no reason when you try to dodge. Then you got stunned by hitting its arms, but the actual hit detection and targeting system is terrible, so you don't actually hit it oftentimes. And then eventually you win. Hooray. This causes a giant hole to form, which Alex passes out in front of and falls down for no reason. We're at the shit just happens part of the story now. We gave up. And Alex just wakes up in jail now. In this scene, we meet Wheeler, a sheriff who does not trust us for all of 2 minutes until he suddenly does. And as the game keeps going, might in fact be one of the least Silent Hill characters ever created. You know, nothing says Silent Hill like a comedic relief, you know?
We're not going that way.
Out of pocket for that shit.
We do get a new monster though, and again it looks pretty cool. But at the same time, for every cool monster, there's a derivative one, or just, you know, Pyramid Head. For example, in this part of the game, we split up from Wheeler to find Elle, who's trapped in a parking lot by another new monster we gotta fight, who looks weirdly too much like the Closers in Silent Hill 3, to the point where initially I thought it was. But no, apparently this is a whole new monster, or supposedly that is. So then we save Elle, and we go down to the sewer part of the game. Here's how that goes. You walk in a straight line, you follow the NPC, and then the gate closes and you gotta go and open it. You have to backtrack, the combat sucks ass. I want to kill myself, just thank God, end this game already. Eventually the sewer part ends when you and Elle get separated. But then you encounter the blood trail of a new character. This guy is Dr. Fitch, and he seems to be a little crazy.
Whose blood is that?
What have you done?
Stay away from me. Yeah, you think you've seen crazy? Well, you haven't seen crazy, Jay.
We then head in this building and see a creepy doll.
Creepy.
Apparently belonging to Scarlet Fitch, Dr. Fitch's daughter. This causes Alex to pass out again for no reason, and we wake up in the other world, where we do walking. And walking. And walking. And walking. And walking. I did get jump scared though once. Oh wow, one effective scare in the game. I guess that's a horror now. Bore your audience and then just out of nowhere jump scare them. And then this part keeps going and going. It's just straight hallways after straight hallways. It lasts way too long for no reason. It sucks. In Silent Hill 2, when that game had a slow moment, it didn't drag on forever. And in fact, those slow moments were extremely unnerving and uncomfortable. Meanwhile, with the Homecoming, it's just... Oh, it's so underwhelming, man. Just have this shit last for an eternity. It'll be really scary, trust me. But eventually something finally happens. Where we walk in on Dr. Fitch, Victor zazzing himself. To which Alex responds very nonchalantly.
Doctor, do you need some help? You're bleeding bad.
Don't worry, doctor, I got some Neosporin for your self-harm wounds. The game also lets you be an absolute dick to him, which is very funny.
I bleed out the sin, but it grows back. So I must let it out every day.
Fine, you crazy fool. I was only trying to help.
Nah, bitch, you ain't say all that. You didn't say I had a fat ass nose. Stop fucking.
Anyways, we give Dr. Fitch this doll for no reason, and then he starts bleeding out a lot, and then a doll comes out, and the doll monster then kills him. Wow, I'm glad that character wasn't fucking wasted. Now look, this isn't revealed until like the end of the game, but let's be honest here, who cares? Both the mayor guy and Dr. Fitch are revealed to have killed their children, and that's why they're in Silent Hill. And this is because they were involved with the Order, who are the villains of Silent Hill. Except Homecoming also wants to do a personal sin Silent Hill 2 kind of thing. Except the depth of that theme is literally, I kid you not, child sacrifice is bad. Wow, Silent Hill Homecoming really touching on some deep themes here. Anyways, we get the next boss fight and it sucks ass, whatever, I don't care. Then Alex drowns in the blood back into the normal world and gets a key to the town hall. So we go to the town hall and find the secret entrance and we get this dagger thing. And again, long story short, we go back to Alex's house, able to unlock more secrets about it. That is, if you can get past the absolute worst puzzle in the game. Seriously, this slide puzzle here took me 30 minutes to do. What the fuck? But eventually I look it up online and solve it. And turns out Alex's mom is also involved with Silent Hill.
Stop lying. I'm tired of it. I know all about Silent Hill.
You don't know anything about Silent Hill.
Coincidentally, neither do Double Helix games. But then suddenly, some guys kidnap Alex's mom. They then beat the shit out of Alex and then leave. All while his house becomes the otherworld Silent Hill spooky house. Ooh. Which is where we suddenly find ourselves in. And, you won't believe this. This part of the game? Actually pretty good. Going through the corrupted version of Alex's childhood home is pretty unnerving. The atmosphere is actually oppressive and creepy. Almost like it's a Silent Hill game or something. There's actually really creepy imagery and objects in this thing. The puzzles actually feel like Silent Hill puzzles this time, complete with symbolism and everything. There were even parts where enemies came out of the dark and it scared me. This game scared me, honest to God startled me. For a small brief sliver of a moment, Silent Hill Homecoming was a kind of a creepy game.
I sinned at the end of my days for 60 years. I have walked this earth. But now, sickness consumes me. Soon, the breath of life will leave my body.
But of course it naturally ends. To which Alex then meets Elle outside. And she's all like, oh, Alex, everyone's missing now. But Alex is all like,
not sure what it all means, but we need to get to Silent Hill.
Alex then calls Wheeler and is all like,
in the meantime, can you get us a boat? We're going to Silent Hill.
By the way, Wheeler, hit up Nick Fury. We got a Thanos-level threat on this one.
I look like a Marvel.
Anyways, we're on this boat now, and things are going swell until they aren't, causing Alex to fall off the boat and wake up somewhere. And for the next 20 or so minutes, the game just starts padding itself out for no reason. The only notable part is that I get jump scared by these new enemy types, and they're just people, only because I wasn't expecting them. But otherwise, it's more slow, uninteresting bullshit. We then get to the penitentiary, and the game gives me this very large map. And at first I go, oh wow, maybe I can finally explore an area this time. That is until less than 10 minutes later you meet Weezer again, and he just starts guiding you through the building.
Go that door, get down the hall, and go right.
So what could have been a cool area is just another linear one again. But then suddenly we see Alex's mom strapped to some kind of device, begging Alex to kill her. So we can either kill her or not. This is the first choice that actually does affect the ending, and for some reason, Mercy killing her is the good option. Why is that? I don't know, but we do it anyways, I guess. And then we're walking, and long story short, because again, I'm clocking out of this shit, Alex and Wheelman find Judge Holloway, who is strapped to a chair, but then the next boss emerges and we kill it. And man, why couldn't these monster designs be in a way better game? Alex then suddenly sees Josh and chases him to a large industrial cathedral. And hey, visually speaking, this is a pretty cool area. I love the barbed wire vines and the weird organ structure that's actually a puzzle. The one part with the 3 paintings is pretty cool too. It's not as good as the house part, but you know what? I will take anything half decent in this game at this point. There's also this confessional scene where your dad confesses his sins, mostly for being a shit father. And man, you know, if this scene were in an actually good story, it would be really cool. But Alex's dad is really only in a few flashbacks, and Alex's trauma is still very vague, so like, maybe if the game actually explored Alex's domestic trauma, I'd be more invested in it. On top of that, forgiving the dad is the good outcome here and gives you the good ending. Wait, so killing your mom and forgiving your dad makes the good ending? And on top of that, the dad being a bad dad, which is like barely explored or shown off in this game, has a really dumb reason for it. You see, spoiler alert, the dad is actually part of the cult, and because he wanted to sacrifice his son, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna abuse my son into being a nihilist.
I do love my son, Father. I love both my sons. But I had to make a choice. And the only way to live with that was to make sure my son never loved me. I had to make sure that he would never feel joy or compassion. All the things that make life worth living. You must understand, I was only trying to make things easier for him.
And the game, for some reason, wants us to forgive that?
How can you just do what you did to me and then just go live your life like ain't nothing happened?
It's weird because forgiveness as self-healing could have been a cool theme explored in this game. Can you forgive the unforgivable, and how do you move on? That's a super cool theme, perfect for Silent Hill. But because the ideas of trauma and forgiveness don't really actually show up in this game, you're just kind of left there wondering, why does the game want me to forgive a child abuser? But because that's what the game wants, we forgive Alex's dad anyways. After that, we solve this puzzle here, causing the organ structure to open, and we see the rope-bound Mr. Alex dad, to which we get the dumbest plot twist ever.
After all I've done, you still wear my old dog tags.
What are you talking about? These are mine. I'm a soldier. I didn't try and kill her in the sewer. It was an adventure.
Alex, you've been in the hospital. A mental hospital.
They pulled a goddamn it was all in the head. You know, I was going to say, for a character who's a former soldier and ex-military, I'm pretty shocked that PTSD isn't a bigger thing the game explores. Well, turns out, there wasn't actually any of that because the guy wasn't a soldier. This is the most cop-out, laziest plot twist you could ever come up with, and they did it. This whole time, Alex wasn't a soldier, he just was crazy and thought he was? What a waste of goddamn time. Are you kidding me? Okay, but whatever. Pyramid Head comes in and kills the dad, and he never shows up for the rest of the main story again. Wow, I'm glad bringing Pyramid Head back wasn't a pointless decision. Alex then gets kidnapped by the trucker guy from the beginning of the game, and wakes up in a room where Judge Holloway, is the bad guy, and she can info dump on us. She then drills into our leg with a drill, and I pray to God YouTube doesn't demonetize me for this one. Anyway, so Alex kills Judge Holloway, and then you get the truck driver boss fight. We end up saving Elle, who's also in a torture chair, but Wheeler sadly dies. Oh no, not my favorite Silent Hill character. Alex and Elle then split up, with Elle going, "Alex, be careful." And Alex meanwhile goes, "Don't worry, babe, I'm gonna silence this hill." But then a chamber or two later, we find the other worst plot twist in the game. Because turns out, Joshua the little boy was never alive at all in the game, and in reality, Alex Shepard killed him by accident. Silent Hill Homecoming, try not to badly rip off Silent Hill 2 challenge. Impossible. You gotta love how Homecoming goes out of its way to tell you that Alex killed Josh on accident, and further absolved by his parents wanting to kill Alex as a child sacrifice anyways.
It was an accident. This is not the way it's supposed to be. I chose you. Now you've ruined it for all of us.
And that kind of explains everything wrong in this game, doesn't it? Silent Hill Homecoming is too afraid you might not like Alex if he killed his brother. But there's also nothing to him. And there's nothing to this game either. No, rather, it's just doing what it thinks a Silent Hill game should do, and has nothing to say on its own at all. I'm not saying you gotta add some super dark shock value to your game, but you are making a psychological horror game. So, you know, I'd like something a little more psychological in it.
I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
Anyways, there's one more big old boss fight, and we kill it. Hooray, the video is almost done.
Never meant for this to happen.
Thankfully, it was an accident, so I don't feel too bad about anything. As per usual, there are also multiple endings in this game. There's the good ending where you go home with Elle. There's the one where he's in the hospital, all in the head. There's the one where a bunch of Pyramid Heads come out and they turn Alex into Pyramid Head. And then there's the one where Alex's dad drowns him in a bathtub. Oh yeah, the UFO ending. Yeah, that one's canon. It's a bunch of underwhelming endings to a game that already says nothing. Like, the game itself wants to be over now. Here you go. These are the endings you get. Fuck you.
Fortnite masturbation challenge.
From its really bad reuse of old monsters, to its incredibly awful and forgettable characters, to the narrative not really going anywhere at all, to the abysmal focus on combat for some reason, to the fact that most of the game is really fucking boring. For all those reasons, you know, the whole ass game basically, Silent Hill Homecoming is the worst Silent Hill game, and it's not even close. But even so, there are ideas the game has. The Shepherd House is a cool kind of location for a game, and if that setting were expanded on, maybe Silent Hill Homecoming could be a really great, unique experience. I mean, hey, it worked for PT and the best parts of Silent Hill 4. I also wish Homecoming actually did make Alex ex-military and explored that. Imagine a world where Silent Hill Homecoming was actually about a soldier coming home, dealing with PTSD, domestic issues, rehabilitation. Unfortunately, all the good ideas it immediately throws away for a game that's overall derivative and just fucking dog water. For a game that makes a mockery of what Silent Hill set out to be in the first place, even though it's also trying to replicate it, and as a result has one of the most nothing burger stories ever, and one of the worst twists I have ever goddamn seen in my life. Silent Hill Homecoming is a horror game about nothing, and for that reason, it is the worst Silent Hill game ever made. Bravo, Kojima, you did it again.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch, nah. Throw that shit in fifth, rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star, I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds, I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Ay, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. We can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn. Hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn. Hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Hey, I'm with a dark-skinned girl on a Sunday. That's that Black Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
Mary, I'm sorry I killed you. It was pretty heckin' not cool of me to do that.
I've never met anyone like you. I love every part of you.
The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way.
And I know what you've been through, but I'm not going to do that to you.
When I found out I killed you, I was like... It was a really big twist for me.
The closest thing I can do is love you so much that you forget that anybody loved you less.
I should have taken you to GameStop like you always wanted.
Harikari tsunami, kamikaze banzai.
What the fuck? Who are you?
You know he's making an impossible choice. He just doesn't want to live in pain.